My name is Claire Sterling. I'm a forensic accountant, a woman trained to find the 1 cent that doesn't add up. I've spent my career spotting fraud in cold spreadsheets, yet I was completely blind to the heist happening in my own heart. 24 hours after saying I do to David Vance, I was sitting in my sun-drenched kitchen, admiring the way the light hit my grandmother's heirloom silver. David was upstairs, the rhythmic sound of his morning jog on the treadmill echoing through the floorboards. He was the perfect man, a high-end contractor, soft-spoken and seemingly obsessed with the forever we were building. Then a text lit up my phone from a burner number. The basement of the glass pavilion. Check the hidden cloud folder I just sent. Your husband isn't a builder, Claire, he's a wrecker. I opened the link, expecting a prank. Instead, I found a live feed archive from the wedding venue's private lounge, a room David had insisted we book for storage. I hit play. The timestamp was 11:30 p.m., the height of our reception. While I was out on the floor dancing with my nephews, David was in that lounge. He wasn't alone. Mia, my own business partner and the woman who held the keys to my firm's trust accounts, was draped across his lap. I felt a physical sickness crawl up my throat, but I couldn't stop watching. David wasn't just cheating, he was calculating. "The papers are in the safe," David said, his voice flat and clinical. "The moment she adds me to the business insurance as a partner next week, we trigger the accidental loss clause. The warehouse fire is already scheduled. We split the 7-figure payout and the firm's liquidation assets, and Claire gets left with the debt and a tragic divorce." Mia giggled, a sound that usually meant we closed a successful deal. "She's so calculated with numbers but so pathetic with people. She actually thinks you love her stability." "Stability is boring," David sneered. "I'm just here for the commission." The treadmill upstairs stopped. Silence filled the house. I realized I wasn't just a wife, I was a target in a long-con merger. They didn't just want my heart, they wanted my professional ruin. I looked at my wedding ring. It wasn't a symbol of love, it was a pair of handcuffs. But they forgot one thing: I'm an auditor, and I was about to perform the most brutal audit of David Vance's life. I didn't confront him, I didn't scream. Instead, I walked upstairs with a smile that felt like shattered glass. "Change of plans, honey," I said, leaning against the doorframe. "I want to host a private appreciation dinner tonight, just us and Mia, to celebrate the partnership." The look of smug victory on his face was almost worth the pain. That evening, the atmosphere in my dining room was thick with unspoken treachery. Mia arrived in a dress that cost more than she should have been able to afford. They exchanged secret, triumphant glances over the expensive wine I poured. "To the future," David toasted, raising his glass. "To the truth," I corrected. I picked up the remote. "I caught some behind-the-scenes footage from the wedding," I said casually. "I thought we should all see the highlights." I pressed play on the 70-inch screen behind them. The room turned into a tomb. The sound of their voices, planning the insurance fraud, mocking my intelligence, laughing about the arson, filled the air. David lunged for the remote, but I stepped back. "Sit down, David. The police are already in the driveway. And Mia, I've spent the last 4 hours tracing the leak in our trust accounts. You didn't just confess to a flat-out betrayal on camera, you gave the DA a roadmap to your racketeering charges." The arrogance drained from their faces, replaced by a grey, pathetic terror. They weren't masterminds. They were just small-time vultures who had picked the wrong garden to scavenge in. "You're a monster," Mia hissed, her voice trembling. "No," I replied, opening the front door as the blue and red lights began to pulse against the windows. "I'm an accountant, and your accounts are officially closed." They were led out in zip ties, right past the "just married" sign still hanging on my porch. Today, the silence in my house is different. It's not the silence of a woman who is lonely, it's the silence of a woman who is safe. I lost a husband and a partner in 24 hours, but I gained something much more valuable: my own intuition back. I learned that the most dangerous people don't come at you with knives, they come at you with promises. They look for your boring spots, your kindness, your desire for peace, and they try to turn them into weaknesses. But there is a quiet power in being the person everyone underestimates. When they think you aren't looking, they show you exactly who they are, and once you see it, you never have to be a victim again. My name is Claire Sterling. My life didn't end that night, it finally balanced out.